What if your money problem is not really about money? She came to me because she wanted to pay off debt, save more, and feel free to travel and enjoy life. She thought she just needed help managing money. But what God revealed and changed was much deeper. And honestly, neither of us expected how much will shift. Let's jump into her story. Hi, Linda. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
Sure. My name is Linda. I am a fascia stretch therapist. Similar to massage, it's a body work, and I help equestrians ride better in the saddle. And I also stretch other people as well. I go to horse shows and I travel to retreats to help women also in their recovery.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Can you fill the blank? I joined the 90-day mentoring program thinking I needed X, but what I actually needed was Y.
Yeah. So I joined the 90-day program because I thought I needed someone to help me budget my things day to day and to just get a handle on managing income and just managing all the things day to day. And really, what I needed was to get in touch with my money story and to understand why I handle money the way I do right now. So it was a deeper level. That's what I needed. And I didn't know I needed that until we started working together.
Yeah, absolutely. Often that's the thing. People think that, okay, I want to pay off debt, I want to save, or even start investing. It must be something wrong with my managing, my stewarding. But while that could be also one practical aspect of it, usually is the belief beneath all of that, is the mindset, is the relationship with money. And that's what is your money story. So thank you for pointing that out. This is so important. This is what we go deeper into the program to look at why do you behave the way you behave and how that thought process started and where it originated from as well. So thank you for sharing. And the program is not about how to budget better. It's really about healing your relationship with money so you can get out of that cycle that you may be stuck in because of your overspending or that fear of earning more because you believe that as a Christian, having less is more holy. What do you think have helped you make the decision to invest in coaching despite maybe some scarcity or fear?
Two things. I had a friend that was working with you and she couldn't say enough good things. So she's like, I think you would really benefit from this. And the other thing that made me do it was like, I'm tired of running the same treadmill. I'm tired of being on the hamster wheel with money. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. I wasn't getting different results. So I thought she's getting good results. And she said, this is a very different approach than anything else that I've ever really done. So I said, okay, I'll book the discovery call and let's see what happens.
Cool. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much for your friend for the referral. In what way was your old money story or mindset holding you back in your business and in your finance?
It's hard to get ahead when you're just constantly in the same old habits. I separated money from God. It was like, okay, over here I have to make money, and over here, okay, I'm going to go to church and I'm going to do the Christian things. And then over here, I got to deal with the money. And I never thought about the scriptures and the biblical truth that aligns with money. It just never really even occurred to me. And yes, I'm aware of the scriptures and I'm aware of some of the things that don't be anxious about anything and don't store up for yourself on earth all the treasures and all of those scriptures. I've heard them,
Yes.
but I never thought about applying them to working with money in my business and in my personal finances. It's, oh, yeah, we need to steward better and we need to pay attention to the numbers. And I was like this now. and I kept the two separated, even though I would pray to God, help me with my finances, and then go do one thing and then not. So it was nice to be able to connect that.
Yes, thank you for sharing. The behavior that you were having is I'm praying, I'm asking him for things, but then on the other side, there were that avoidance behavior because the whole thing about money was too overwhelming. So it bred a lot of anxiety. And the reason why you shut down a little bit, it's easier to just pray, God, can you help me with the finance? But you couldn't move past that stuckness of taking the step to actually apply the biblical principle as you were explaining and stewarding what he has given you at the time.
Yeah.
And which part of the online curriculum do you feel have helped you the most? You know, we went through the 7-step process to change your relationship with money. Which step or which aspect of the online curriculum do you think have helped you inside the program?
There were two, actually. One was really diving in and understanding my money story. That shifted things so much because I was like, okay, what I'm doing with money is not entirely my fault, right? I'm not being bad with money. It's these internal thoughts and these subconscious things that created some of these money habits. I had the scarcity mindset. I had a poverty mindset. I had a little bit of these mindsets. And so to learn what these mindsets were all about, it was like, oh, I could see myself in a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And oh, okay, wait, growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. I was always told, no, we can't afford that. Or it was those kinds of things. And so exposing that and diving into it and seeing it on paper, because the way you have us do that is to see it
Yeah.
and to really think about it. So that was just so eye-opening. And then the other thing for me was the tracking, right? Knowing that looking at my numbers really isn't so scary.
Yes.
And I can look at them and they're not going to bite me and we're okay. Everything's safe. And to really see it and keep track of it in a fun way. And it just automatically puts the things in, and then you can categorize it and you can see. Now I can see,
Yeah.
oh, I spent a little too much on the groceries, or oops, I had a little too much fun this month, or like where to reel it back. Because the old money me was like, I'm looking at my bank statement. Where did all my money go? I don't know where it went.
Yes.
Oh, wait, now I can see where it went.
Yes. And that's
Yeah.
super important. Once we deal with, like you mentioned, the money story, to give you also that sense of, okay, I'm not bad with money. I have patterns of thinking and behaving that are causing me to not be a good steward right in this moment. However, I know that I can do better. And once we heal the maybe the shame or the guilt that is associated with what you believe, the number will show you and tell about you or your relationship with God. Then, as you mentioned, you come into looking at the number just as data. There's no longer that emotion attached to it. It's what is my money telling me right now? Where did I spend the most money this month? And by using, for you, I giving you a specific tracker to help you just put things in and then we categorize it so you can see it. Other clients, we don't even touch the number because they don't have that avoidance patterns. We look at
Mm.
sales or other things. But once you go and see, okay, I actually don't like where I'm spending my money now, you have a choice. Now you can decide next month, I want to do something totally differently. And you have applied that fun money routine technique, which was just to track what I call the money leak on your fridge. So even though you don't like the technology, there's other ways to do things. I have you doing pen and paper too. And having things on the fridge is so visual and you can see straight away where the money is going. And as you're tracking live, you can make yourself stop and say, okay, this month I already reached what I have myself budgeted for. And now I want to go into the totally different direction. It's actually give you power back. Won't you agree?
I was going to just say that it's a powerful thing. But now I have the control over where it goes and I can see where it's going and I can see where the leak is. And now the power to fix it, to change it.
Yes,
And if I don't, then I'm just going to start repeating old patterns again. Yeah.
absolutely. So, what was the biggest transformation or breakthrough that you experienced?
I would say the impulse buy. I was a very impulsive buyer. If I couldn't sleep, I'd be scrolling Facebook and I would see ads for things. And I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. So it's only $30. Let me just order that. Now I have the awareness to stop and say, do I really need that? Yeah, it's 2 a.m. Go back to bed. I don't really need that. Or if I'm walking in the grocery store and I see a new product or a new food or a new whatever, it's, oh, that might be really cool to try. But wait, is it on my list? Or remember that for next time. Because if I buy that now, it might get wasted because I wasn't planning on. Right. So it's the awareness of the planning and just stopping that impulse by giving myself that, let me just think about this for a minute. Even with Amazon, like I deleted apps on my phone so I wasn't tempted to buy things right away. So if I need something from Amazon, I have to go to my laptop, I gotta open up the website, I gotta log in, I gotta go. And I have things in my cart that I haven't hit send yet. I'm waiting because I don't need it right away. It's still on the wish list, so to speak, or things that might help me grow in my business. There's books that I would like to read and things to help me advance my knowledge, but I don't need them right now.
Yes.
They can wait. So I have a few things hanging out, waiting in the cart. And that in turn feels good too, because then I'm not over cluttering my space, right? How many times have I said, oh, another package, yay, but where am I going to put this thing that I just bought? Or so now I like to clean things out before I decide to buy something new.
Yes.
Or if I do buy something new, then I come home and I say, okay, this is a new shirt. Is there an old one I can get rid of?
Yes. Yeah. You are applying what we were talking about, the money rules. And
Yes.
this is so powerful. And first, the biggest transformation for you and what contributed to that was your awareness that when you didn't feel really good, when you started to feel bored, you were tempted to spend money to give you a sense of joy in that moment. That coping mechanism was spending money. And that's how you could change your mood from one to the others. But then when you receive those things, you're like, oh, it's cluttering my house. I should not have buy it. So you have the remorse sometimes. And it was just that vicious cycle. But because of the work that we've done about your money story and understanding why you were stuck in those patterns, it gave you the awareness. And with the awareness come power because now you are using a different habit in the way you respond. Because you still get triggered, like you say, oh, I see that nice shiny thing and I want to buy it. But now you have the automatic response because of the
Mhm.
renewal of your mindset that we've done together of this is nice, but I'm not going to be buying it right now. I will wait a little bit longer.
Right.
And sometimes you end up not even buying it because it was just in the moment that felt like shiny and interesting. But later on, you're like, actually, I don't need it. But we also applied those money rules where if I do one thing, something else needs to go, or there's a strategy behind your spending. And in the program, we have a bonus module called Become a Good Steward. And in that, I talk about spending intentionally. And so you have learned the different way people can spend based on their emotion or what they think about themselves. And that little lesson have also given you extra tool on identifying your way of spending, but also how to change it, which is what you have described just now. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. I was definitely a retail therapy person.
Yes. And
The
comment.
emotional. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that emotional response of, oh, I'm mad about something or I'm sad about something. Oh, I just go out and buy something. And that's just, then you have the buyer's remorse. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing. How has this 90-day program positively impacted your finance, business, or your lifestyle?
It's definitely impacted my business because, again, even in the business stuff, it's, oh, maybe I need this or maybe I need that. Or I sign up for like a booking platform or things that I don't necessarily need right now in the business. So it's giving me that awareness again of what does my business really need right now? And is this an impulse buy? And knowing that I have to save for taxes, for all the other things that come with owning a business. It's I have to really monitor the income and the outgoing. What am I spending money on in the business? When I travel for business, I know people that can help me get a better rate on the hotel, or I look for ways to also save money. Like when I go to these horse shows, I'll pack all my own foods so that I don't have to worry about going to a restaurant. So I'm learning to where can I cut the corners that I used to spend a lot of money on in business. Oh yeah, it's a business expense and a tax write-off. And while those are great, and yes, we need those in business, I don't have to spend so much just to get the tax write-off either.
Absolutely. And that's the shift that we were talking about when we want to be intentional in the spending in everything, personal finance or business, both is the same. And you're now very conscious about is that a right now problem? and that I want to fix with that expense? Or is it a future problem that I don't need to worry about in this moment? So you're very more productive in how you spend when it comes to the tools or maybe some extra coaching around what you want to do. So this is fantastic. And when it comes to taxes, often some people will think, oh, because I don't want to pay so much tax, I want to just spend it all. But it can cause many people to get into debt without even realizing it, because now they have created a habit of overspending. And then when it's time to do the taxes, they're like, oh, I can't even pay myself because I have nothing left in the business. The business is not profitable because I just overspend. So this is not good either. God is telling us when you spend money on taxes is because this is what we need to do. While yes, you need to know the rules on how you can reduce taxes, absolutely, as a business owner. But if you are someone that need to pay taxes, I want you to reframe, like I have mentioned and taught you, it's because God has provided enough money for you to have profit. So he has been a faithful God to give you much more than what you needed to do business, and then to have some in your hand that now you just need to give some back to the government. And this is how business works, and it's part of life. And when you change this and you don't put that anger or resentment toward having to pay tax, the way you're going to spend money in your business is going to be totally different too. And this is what you are explaining now. So thank you. What would you say you enjoy the most about working with me?
I always looked forward to the calls. You just bring this light to it and you're so enjoyable. Your business being called Fun Money Habits. Yes, we're going to have fun tonight because we're going to learn something new, and you make it easy to understand. There's no crazy amounts of homework. You have this infectious smile, and I love your flower in your hair. It was just always fun to get online and to just sit with you. And even in the hard moments, right? In the moments that weren't so fun, or I had to really face a truth that didn't want to face, and the tears would come, whether it was between you and me or on one of the group calls, the holding of the space, like allowing me to just express what I had to express, and then showing me how to turn the corner or to take a breath, say the breath prayer. You give these simple yet beautiful strategies that when the moments get hard, like when the bills come in and you're like, I don't know how
Yes.
this is going to happen. And I want to run and hide and scream and cry. And I don't understand why I'm in a hard seat. You have provided the comforting things to get through that. So thank you for that. I always enjoyed jumping on the call with you. Yeah, Raina tonight.
I really appreciate what you're sharing. But I feel so passionate about changing the script on how people are teaching about money, to remove that shame, that guilt that so many can sometimes impose on you because of your bad spending behavior or anything like this. We didn't approach money that way at all. We looked at it as, okay, what is it telling us? And can we take the power back? Because money has been controlling you in a certain way in how you do things. But we're now looking at it differently, partnering with God by applying those biblical truths, and also regulating that anxiety response to rewire the brain, because that's what I do best. I help you heal your relationship with money through biblical principle. And so while for your case, we looked at the number, quite often we're just working really deep on renewing the mind with biblical truth so that your coping mechanism is different, is more with peace and that fun that you're talking about and that joy that you are here to glorify God with all the resources He has given you, that amazing talent you have with your business, but also the money He's giving in our hand. And so I really wanted to create, so thank you for sharing that space that feel the joy, the peace of the Lord in the difficult and the fun time, because we always praising Him, sharing our win, but also looking at the reality of where is our heart in this moment. Have we shifted from the world perspective of business and success? And do we need to bring us back to what God actually says about it? So we stop tying our worth to the bank balance, to the result, to our behavior, but fully stay anchored in who we are in Christ and knowing exactly who He is as our provider and fathers. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah. You have a gift because, like you said, not everybody, people that work in the money space sometimes want to put the shame and the guilt and the, oh, you should have a 401k and you should be doing this and you shouldn't do that. And you never brought that to the table. You did bring the peace around it. And I can tell how passionate you are about this. You are. And passions for the things that we do in life just come from our own stories. And God knows exactly what he's doing. He is such a good God. He brings people together. Look, I'm in the States and you're in New Zealand and we're together thanks to technology. This was just such a blessing.
Oh,
It was
thank you.
such
And that's a very nice sideway to my question, which is what would you say to someone who knows they need help, but feel that hesitancy in investing in transformation because maybe they have debt too and they think they should figure it out on their own somehow?
Oh yeah, lean not on your own understanding. Get the help. Yeah, I would really encourage anybody to do it because it's a safe space. It is a encouraging space. It is a heart-centered space. You bring so much love to this. I felt your compassion for my situation. If you could hug me through the screen, we would have hugged. And I really do pray that at some point we can meet in person
Yeah.
because I would love to sit on the beach in Tahiti with you and come to New Zealand and see the beautiful landscapes there. Again, you bring such a safe and compassionate angle to this. So if anyone is struggling with money and you've tried all the things, try this because it's not just spending more money on another thing. This is transformative. It absolutely is 100% transformative.
Thank you. And I just want an explanation that the program is not about how to budget better. It's really about healing your relationship with money so you can get out of that debt cycle that you may be stuck in because of your overspending or that fear of earning more because you believe that as a Christian, having less is more holy, or that fear of getting on a sales call and selling because of that scarcity mindset that's telling robbing somebody else for asking for the sale when it's none of that. And I help you actually put all of those limiting thoughts into light, give it back to God, and then with Him, we heal your relationship with money and we change your automatic thinking pattern, but also behavior. So you create new pathway in your brain that are biblically based, that will
Right.
glorify Him and that will help you become the good and faithful steward God has called all of us to be.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. And it's that deeper level. And I think that's the key. And that's the key to a lot of things, right? Even in the wellness space that I'm in, the key is getting to that deeper level so that the healing can happen.
Yes, absolutely. And so my last question is there anything else you would like to add?
I'm just so super grateful for this. I'm grateful to have had the friend that introduced me to you. I'm grateful for the journey. I am so grateful to God for the provision and the connection, right? Again, he knows how to bring people together and he knows
Yeah.
he knew what I needed and he just made it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just full of gratitude.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much. And yes, thanks to technology, like you mentioned, I had the privilege to work with mainly US based clients, but also people from Malaysia, Philippines, Australia, and even a few now from New Zealand. So I'm really blessed and thankful that I get to work with such a wide range of people from coaches or even doctors or financial advisors who also need help healing their own relationship with money, even though they know how to help somebody else make more and invest, there's still that deeper level they needed help with, especially as a Christian. And that's really the key of who I help is a Christian female entrepreneur in business. And it can be very diverse, and I'm very thankful that I get to do that. So thank you again for being here, Linda.
You. Thank you.
You take
Cheers.
care. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.